to tell the story of how I met, dated, married, and divorced a real pathological liar. This is my introduction slash disclaimer video. First and foremost, I will be truthful, even if it makes me look bad. I'm going to be honest, but I'm also not going to be disrespectful to anyone that was involved. I'm not going to use people's real names because I don't have permission to do so, and yet the system does not let me sort of litigation. I will tell you off the top, I have a sense of humor and I have sarcasm. So things that you see me laughing at, none of this is funny. But in order to get through it, I have to laugh. If I cry, I cry. I'm human. I'm a woman. This was traumatic. I'm going to do the best I can to upload as much of the story as I can, because I know people get so annoyed with me. Follow me for part 4. Follow me for part 17. I'm just going to do the best I can to keep uploading the videos each other time. I'm going to go in order from the time we met until the time I got our divorce decree email. So that is a lot of time to cover. Please give me the grace to just get it out. It may not be on one day, it may not be on 2 days. But what I can tell you is, even if you don't necessarily see a video, I'm probably recording it and then I'll upload it into the playlist titled "Who the Fuck Did I Marry?" What else do I need to cover ahead of time, because I feel like this video is important to give some sort of context, so that way when people jump into the series, they kind of can figure out, oh, let me start an introduction video and then work my way through. A lot of the questions that you all have sent me will be answered when I start and tell the story in order. Everything I'm going to tell you can be verified. There are people in your life who can easily verify, yes, this did happen, yes, he really did do that, yes, he said that, yes, she did go through that. I had no contact whatsoever with my ex-husband in any way, shape, or form. We do not communicate, we do not have mutual friends or anything where we communicate through those people. No contact. I cannot stress that enough, because I feel like somebody's going to ask me, do you still talk to him? No. I ain't seen him, I ain't heard from him, I want to hear from him, and I will tell the entire story up until the last time I did hear from him and what happened. This is my...
Guys, you guys are watching, make sure you subscribe. I go ahead and unravel these stories that happen around the world in tea time. It's basically tea time.
So I am just a regular lady who thought she met the one, and I didn't. Most people have never came in contact with a pathological liar. We typically come in contact with like a compulsive liar. It is not the same. A pathological liar has no reason for why they lie. And the lies that they make up, there's no limit to the lie. I was once a psychologist major and I didn't graduate with psychology, but I'm very comfortable saying that he was a pathological liar. He was a narcissist, and it means there was some mental, in my opinion, mental health issues going on. Pathological lying part, absolutely. So I want to preface all this by saying, you're going to probably think, what in the world, there's no way this happened. Everything that I'm going to say actually did happen. I never thought I was going to be in some sort of Lifetime movie, but I was. So, I will read the comments as best I can. Like I said, I think if you allow me to tell the whole story, things will be answered. As I do talk with my hands, it's a company that I'm so why she's moving my hands. Other than that, that's all I was thinking to buckle in, because this was a fucking crazy ride. And if you think it's crazy, imagine how I feel as a person who lived it and had no idea what I was dealing with. I thought I knew, but I truly had no idea who the fuck I needed. That's what's anyway. Alright, this is the introduction, so welcome. Part 1 will be up shortly. Please excuse the hair. Here is part 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Marry? So I met my ex-husband around March 4th of 2020. We met on Facebook dating site, and we also matched on Hinge. I did not realize that he was on both under 2 different names. So one was his actual name, and the other one was a variation, like a nickname. That is called. So different pictures. So it was a running joke between us. Oh, you didn't even recognize that you had matched with me on Hinge. No, I didn't. Now, so that should have been a red flag. By the way, you will notice in this story, I called it the United Nations of red flags. There is so many red flags that, I mean, you would have thought I was colorblind because I ignored all of them. So, anyway, back to the story. We met around March 4th. We exchanged phone numbers, and he called me, and we talked on the phone for the first time. In the first phone call, he told me that he had just moved to Georgia from California from San Diego. His job had transferred him because he was being transferred in as the new regional manager for a major condiment company that is based here in Georgia. And so we also talked about his childhood. He told me he grew up in Philly. He's from Philly. Both of his parents were deceased. This is the first phone call. Both of his parents were deceased. His father was a Philadelphia police officer. His mom was a teacher. He also told me he briefly lived in Augusta with his family. He had 2 brothers and 2 sisters. He also had 2 half-brothers on his dad's side. First phone call. So, I'm just giving you guys the backstory. This was the first phone call we had. So, we talked about family, we talked about friends, we talked about our jobs. At the time, I was working at Georgia State Patrol. And we knew this, and we just thought that was like, wow, you know, so you work with troopers all day. Yes, I did. Also in that phone call, he explained to me that he used to play football. He explained that he used to play arena football. I know nothing about arena football. I know about NFL, I know about college, go Dogs. But I don't know anything about arena football. So he explained to me that he used to play arena football. He used to work at Apple in the off-season of arena football. And I remember thinking on that phone call, oh, okay, you know, like, good for you. I don't know anything about arena football, and I believe I did tell him that I don't know anything about arena football. That'll come into play later on. So, he told me, you know, I just moved here. My job is paying for my housing, and they're helping me to look for a house. Like, I'm trying, right now I'm in Gwinnett County, but I'm trying to look for a house out in California. And so, you know, he was like, there's no, I can't stand her, but I still want to be in the kids' lives. I have to put that in there because that will come back later. So this is just setting the stage. Again, that first conversation was, we talked about family, job, friends, how he ended up in Georgia, me being in Georgia, and things that, you know, I would think people talk about in the first conversation. All right, now back to the tire blowout. So he shows up to the gas station. He changes my tire, which I just thought was the sexiest thing in the world. And then he proceeds to say, hey, I found a tire place around the corner. You need to get another tire. Like, you can't drive with